Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nidhi and you're watching my series on how to become a cabin crew. Now today's video is a little bit different. I'm not going to be really talking about cabin crew interviews like I do in my other videos, but do go ahead and watch them if you're preparing for your next cabin crew interview. This video, I wanted to tell you guys what are the 10 realities even before you actually apply for a cabin crew job you need to know. Because let's be honest, we hear so much about cabin crew, but you definitely want to know from someone who has 10 years of experience and has pretty much seen everything. And when I say everything, I just don't mean the destinations. I mean the passengers, the situations, and everything. So let's get going. So I'm going to tell you today what are those 10 things that a lot of people will not tell you about the job of a cabin crew. Number one, I know a lot of people will tell you that as a cabin crew we get really highly paid and we can get so much money, but you only get that money once you fly. You really need to work to get paid. So when you hear those advertisements that says get to travel the world for free and become a cabin crew, trust me, you really need to work to get paid to travel the world for free. Number two, I know you always see these videos where cabin crew is shopping in some part of New York or Paris and eating here and just dining there. But honestly, after a 14-hour flight, the first thing that all of us do is actually crash land into our bed. It's not really the shopping that's on our mind, it's actually the sleep that's on our minds. Number three, we are the cleaners in the aircraft. We clean everything from cabin to toilets to even passengers' vomits. And I've done that before a lot of times. So as long as the aircraft is up in the air, we are the cleaners up in the air. So if you want to become a cabin crew, you have to remember that you also will be the cleaner on the flight. But be rest assured, once the aircraft touches the ground, there will be cleaners who will come on board to actually do the rest of the cleaning. But then there has to be a lot of cleanliness that has to be maintained on the flight, which you are responsible for. Number four, jet lag is real. Now, fortunately, I never really experienced jet lag, and I'm going to make a separate video where I'm going to share about what I used to do. But I know a lot of people, including my dear husband, who feels jet lagged all the time. Of course, traveling between different time zones, different countries. One day you're in New York and 2 days later you're in Hong Kong. Obviously, there's so much of time difference. Jet lag has to happen for a lot of people. So as cabin crew, you need to find your own way as to how you're going to deal with it. Number five, we really watch what we eat because we really have to watch our weight. Your weight is not just taken when you actually go for the interview, but every few months basically you go on weight checks depending upon the airline that you're flying for. If the airline thinks that you're putting on a bit of weight, you look fatter than what you were before, regardless of whether you're a male or a female, the airline would actually put you on a weight check. So we really have to watch what we eat, how we exercise, how we maintain ourselves fit and healthy. Number six, our boss changes every day. Yes, we don't end up working with same people all the time. So you might have built up a great rapport with someone on this particular flight, but then on the next flight you would end up working with someone else. So you have to be really ready and be adaptable to make that change and to get accustomed to, gelling with a lot of people on a lot of different flights, and then work as a team, because at the end of the day the passengers do not know that you have never met this person in your life before. For them, you are one team which is going to take care of them. So yes, our boss changes every single day, and of course it depends on the airline that you're working for, but more often than not you end up working with a lot of different people throughout your flying experience. Number seven, if your luggage allowance is 30 kgs, trust me, 20 kgs is basically toiletries and skincare. 3/4 of my luggage used to be filled with skincare and toiletries, because as a cabin crew, you go through so many different time zones, so many different temperatures. The rooms that we stay in are fully air conditioned. They're so dry. You really want and have to pamper your skin. So you don't want to end up using toiletries from the hotel. They're so dry. So most of us actually carry our entire set of toiletries, our entire set of makeup, because you have to get ready when you're in a station to actually get onto the flight again. So more often than not, most of our luggage space is actually taken by our toiletries and our skincare. Number 8, we do not have any holidays. And yes, we do not even have any weekends. We spend most of our holidays actually on flights or with cabin crew in different parts of the world. We end up spending our weekends on flights. In our job as a cabin crew, there is no concept of holiday, there is no concept of weekends. Basically, you just get a limited number of days that are your annual leaves, and most of the times you don't even get the annual leaves around the holiday time, because most of the senior crew would have actually taken the holidays. Annual leaves most of the times goes on basis of the quota and the seniority in the cabin crew industry. Number 9, training is tough. As a job of a cabin crew, trust me, you don't really have to do much. All that you need to do is basically serve meals to passengers. But there is a lot more that you do, which is your responsibility. You are responsible for the safety and security of so many passengers. You're responsible of giving them the utmost care. You're responsible of giving them the excellent in-flight service so they actually come back to you and fly with the airline. So there is so much more that you need to do than just serving trays and looking pretty or handsome. And for that reason, training is really difficult. And trust me, even during your flying experience or flying time, the rules and the disciplines that come along with the job of a cabin crew can be very taxing. For example, with Singapore Airlines, I remember if you actually miss 2 flights in a year, they can actually ask you to leave based on the demerit points that you would get. So it could be that difficult. So you really have to remember there's a lot of discipline that goes into the job of a cabin crew. And number 10, most of the times you will have very little resources to deal with situations on board the flights. We deal with situations like emergency situations. We deal with situations when it comes to handling customers, handling passengers. We deal with situations if there is a particular resource that we need is not available in flight, because we're up at 35,000 feet. There is no 24/7 McDonald's delivery that you can actually ask if the passenger doesn't want to eat what you have on board the flight. So you really have to think on your feet. And that is one of the reasons that you have so many interview criteria that basically you go through when you apply for a job as a cabin crew. So these were my 10 realities that I wanted to share with all of you. I really hope that gives you a little bit of insight, and it added a little bit of fun and spice to your life too, to know some of the realities of the job of a cabin crew. And if you did like this, do remember to share it with your friends. Do remember to press the notification bell for more video updates. And of course, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. In the meantime, all of you out there, stay pretty, stay handsome, safe flights always, and I love you guys. Bye.